All right. Make sure my settings are correct. Maybe I do want to do it with no bullet deletion, like just practice. Slow and steady. Turn off SoloTogether compatibility. Pacifist. I think that's all I want. All right. And then I'm also gonna get my prog checklist.
I'm reading the new Slay Aspire post. There's some funny stuff in here. It's also cool because they're showing us some of like the beta art designs for things and then compared to the new art that they've finalized. And I'm like,
yeah. Wow. Sorry, Jade. Okay. Oh, it's scary adding a new row to the spreadsheet. I have a spreadsheet that is a prog checklist to make sure I practice every flight sufficiently. And so I'm adding a row underneath Steelheart BBQ 3X. Steelheart slow and steady 3X. There you go. And now it's time to start grinding. Terrifying. I'm still playing in Japanese. Okay. Sophomore 1. I want to remove top left anyways. Oh, this is gonna be rough. Beep, 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 beep. Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna commit. I mean, I'm not practicing for doing it. I'm not practicing to do it hitless. The chests are gonna be an issue though, because Is this the hardest fight? No. When I'm playing with Game Freak, it is very hard because it's a baited attack, and the baits are a bit unpredictable with the way we do it multiplayer. I'm gonna have to pull up the playlist. I need to reference my own gameplay. This is a very hard fight in Outskirts, so yeah. I think the hardest one's gotta be like the other maxi pattern. Always punished. Yeah, I'm not even going for... Huh? It is. Oh, wait, what? What do you mean? No. Oh, no, no, I'm just practicing right now. No. When it comes to this type of challenge, it is... I think it is sufficient to practice every fight 3 times in a row. Nah. Like a good like 20-30 hours before playing Finish BBQ was just pure practice. Oh, the up and down arrows. Okay. Let's pull up the playlist. Oh my god. Maybe I should knock out the easier fights first. Not necessarily. I clicked the wrong fight. Soft 2. Like this one's gonna be easy. Another issue is just being able to tell the difference between the 2 patterns, so I'm gonna pre-move top left here. And then, I mean, when I'm able to tell. It does make it harder. Usually you're able to tell based off the movement speed. It is similar enough for it to be like almost indistinguishable. Yeah. I mean, I've done this fight a trillion times already. All right, speed data. Let me see. So they are very close. It's -8, -7. So I don't think it is reliable to try reading it on the spot. So as soon as she moves to the middle, you can tell this is this pattern. Yeah. Like, you see what I mean by this fight? Or like, let me do the easier fights. Like, this one is... It's very punishing if you're in the wrong spot. If you're in the wrong spot once, you're just dead. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just gotta make sure I practice the fights enough times for it to not matter. And speaking of, that's Bella done. We can do... I wanna do Maxi. I'll do Soko. I think Soko's gonna be a hard one. Start getting on that Soko grind. Soko sides? This one's so sketchy. It's a bit before 180 degrees. Soko sides. Soko sides. I know it's always gonna be Soko sides, but calling it out makes me more ready. That's tough. Let me make another rope of this. For SlowAndSteady BBQ. Just BBQ, SNS 3X. I want to also keep track if I can do a hit list or not. Is this consistent on this speed? I thought it was. You can definitely survive a cycle if you position correctly, but I don't know if it's attainable. think it's at least like 2 chains. Like if you can't get 2 worst cases in a row because of the way the distance works. That's tough though. So go sides. That was a terrible knockback. I got way too close. Soko sides. I should be counting. Soko sides. Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this should be last one. 7. Don't say that. Soko sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and last one, 7. So don't actually need to position for the 7th one. So go sides. I'll move too early. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then and that does help a lot. Which one's that? Soko sides. Didn't do it BBQ though. And then this is Soko center. So go center. So go center. There you go, 3 times Soko. Alright, let's do Rem. Rem's gonna be an easy one. I can probably BBQ Rem. Oh, Double Nash. Hey, what's up, Double Nash? I'll take a look at what you said in a second. I was just watching some Toa and it's shocking that you aren't fully on board with that. It is what... Wait, it's like what is expect RNS to graduate to. I think RNS and Toho are different enough, you know? Like there's no real bullet hell aspects within RNS. Solo's the closest you get, but it's not like real bullet hell dodging, right? It's like it's still patterns, very like there's still a lot of raid like mechanics within Solo. I have recently been trying to get more into shmup games and bullet hells in general. I think it is different enough of a skill set for it to just like you know, the skill transfer is not 1-in-1. I struggle a lot with them. Like, there are a lot of Toho players that come to RNS and do have like the precision needed for it. But it sounds like maybe not. It seems like the appeal would be there. No, I think the appeal is there. But like if you're a multiplayer RNS player, it's very different from like lunatic Toho. Yeah. Rimwinds. Yeah. I do a multiplayer Toho. I don't think it exists. No, I just mean like RNS multiplayer is very different from Toho. There's basically no bullet hell mechanics within multiplayer RNS. And it doesn't really require you to have a lot of precision either. RNS is a lot of like reaction time or like knowledge, you know? I mean, I think Mino himself is a fan of Toho. But you don't really feel the Toho inspirations within RNS that much. I guess all the enemies are girls, if that means anything. That's a similarity, yeah. I think that's more of like Maiden and Spell is Toho inspired, and then Rabbit&Steel is kind of built upon Maiden and Spell. Yeah, Rabbit&Steel is Maiden and Spell inspired. Okay, that's Rem BBQ done. Toho backgrounds remind me of MNS backgrounds, which reminds me of RNS backgrounds. Yeah. The connection between Toho and RNS is a bit more abstract. But when you see like the origins of RNS, I think it's a lot more clear. Okay, so the difference between the mice ones are -10, or no, -9 and -8, which I think is drastic enough for me to tell at a glance. Like here, this is -8, circle. This is the longest outskirts ever. Is it always top right first? That is my theory. It is always top right first. And that will be the truth until I am proven wrong. Oh, I should be counting cycles here as well. No, it doesn't matter. This is an easy enough pattern. Double Nash, have you played much main and spell? Because I see you've been getting into Toho recently, right? Actually, do you have any roots within Toho? It's 3. Okay. Circle. And then beams. And after that, it's just Maxi. Maxi. Go. Go. I tried it, played the play pattern is okay, but competition isn't fun for me. No Toho roots. Just asked what was a good Toho to read a couple months ago. A good Toho to read. Oh, I see. You just it was what? It was War? Wait, what? Oh, Ask War. I see, I see. Okay. That makes a lot more sense. Yes. So, competition. There's not much. I guess. I don't know. How competitive of a game is Toho to you? Because it's a single player game, right? At least for the most part. Oh my god. That's messed up. M&S is competitive. Oh, you're talking about or M&S. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay. Totally single player. What about M&S's solo content? I am not much of a competitive person myself. But I would still like to play through M&S's solo content completely someday. It is funny how Mina went from a very competitive game, M&S, to RNS, which is a very cooperative game. I got through it, the story grabbed me. If the story grabbed me more, I would have stuck with it. It just didn't feel like a compelling narrative. Yeah. I don't think it's too compelling necessarily. The character designs are cool. Same with RNS. I don't really feel that compelled by RNS's story. The character designs and ability designs I thought were great. Just doesn't keep me that interested. Yeah, I think that's fair. That's 3, right? I haven't really been counting. Okay, now I can either do Maxi or just move on to Scholar's Nest. I think I'll move on to Scholar's Nest. You know what? No. I'll at least do the fun Maxi pattern, because I do get hit on that one quite a bit. Which one is it? Is it Maxi 1? It is not Maxi 1. I'll give this one try. Okay. Arna's story I found fairly emotionally compelling, but the way it was told was at odds with how most people interact with the game, so it would have to lose a lot of its emotional weight. It's something I said for quite a while. I do want to go through RNS's story again, because I feel like with how I went through it before, kind of just like trying to prog solo or like solo lunar, you know, that there's a lot to go through, and I guess like the story was not at the forefront of my mind when I was initially reading it. That's why I think it would be a good idea to try to go through it again, now that I'm not worried about the gameplay as much. I just read some of it on the wiki yesterday. It's better to digest it that way. The mice fascist on stream? I see. Wait, were you reading it on stream? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, Red the Dragons and someone else frogs. We were discussing Ranelli and Navy. I see. For me, it's also the fact that I have such a deep connection to the game in such a different way from most people. Like I read through the story 1,000 hours ago, right? And Cycla, one of the regulars, thought Ranelli had a very depressing ending. She's just on a hard path to grow. I like that take. Yeah, that's a. I should return to RNS story just because it's something that I don't remember too much as, or at least not that I don't remember it. It's that I've been so far removed from it since I've read it. Like getting to know these characters in such a different way from how they're portrayed from the story, like knowing the back of all their fights in such an in-depth way, always like referring to them by their fights. It is quite distant from the original portrayal of the characters. You bring a very different perspective to it, definitely. Might bring an interesting insight. Like, who is Avi to me now? Avi is just like that really hard boss from Emerald Lakeside, you know? Like, I'm not really thinking of the story when the names are said. When someone says, like, oh, Mink, I think, oh, Mink is the one that wipes lunar fog parties because no one knows how to do Mink by sight read. And that's not even like a unique opinion to have of the character, or like not opinion, perspective. A lot of people have played this game for a lot longer than I have, and I'm sure their perspective of the characters have been warped as well. And also to extend on what I said earlier about how the game was very overwhelming to me on my first playthrough of it. Like, oh, okay, wait, here, let me read what you said. So I made the claim that AV's story may be close to home to Ino's personal one because it's about someone who has trouble connecting to their old friends after something they did got very popular. I can see that. I mean, I know Mino still has a lot of connections outside of Wait, like, he has a lot of connections. I don't really know him too much personally, but I can definitely see it. I can't imagine whoever wrote the story isn't able to connect to it in some way, right? What I was saying earlier, RNS is a very different type of game to me. I am not a bullet hell player. I've never played any raiding games. I don't really play roguelikes, right? So to me, like, it was a very new and overwhelming experience to me the first time I was going through it. And I know a lot of people don't have the same like the same experience with that, because a lot of people go into this game from Final Fantasy or from Toho, right? I just like rabbit girls, and that was like the main thing that pulled me into this game. Also, the fact that it was a multiplayer thing. I think I've said before that if my friend did not buy Rabbit&Steel first, I would have played this game a lot later, and my connection to it would be very different from how it is now. Like, more information about that. I had told my friend, like, hey, check out this Rabbit&Steel game. I put it on my wish list. It looks pretty cool. And he said, like, oh, I bought it. I was like, what? I guess I'll buy it too, like, right now, and play with you. It was a very impromptu thing that I wasn't really planning on doing. At the time, I was playing like a different game. And I'm the type of person that likes to go through a game very thoroughly before moving on from it. So that definitely impacted the way things have gone. Nice. That's all to say that not to say as an excuse, but just to give more elaboration on why, like, the story would not have been too much of my focus when playing through the game the first time. It's good context. I appreciate it. Yeah. I don't know how other people's experience are. Like, at least from the people I've talked to within the community. Yeah. I don't know. a lot of them do have that, you know, connections to other games that are of similar genres. In that sense, I kind of feel like an outlier. But a lot of the people who are in the community and are active in the community are the freaking tryhards, right? So it's not representative of the player base at large. And considering how the player base is very wide-reaching, I assume a lot of the people who have Rabbit&Steel in their Steam libraries are just people who were dragged into it by their friends, or people who thought it was cute aesthetically and decided to, like, give it a purchase. That's pretty close to my background. I saw it on stream and was like, that seems like a good way to try if I like rating stuff. Yeah, I'm glad you've stuck to the game as long as you have, though. And I appreciate the way you interact with the community. I don't even know what a rating Like, I didn't even know what raid like meant. I just thought it was like a bullet hell. At least like from watching the trailer, I was like, oh wow, so it's like a bullet hell thing, but it's multiplayer. Even though like one of the primary words that Mino uses to describe the game is just like the raiding roguelike. Most people play on normal and struggle. Yeah. Oh my god, I suck at this. Oh, you know, one thing I do like about Rabbit&Steel is how it is just generally a hard game. And if not anything else, I do like hard games. Or at least like before Rabbit&Steel, I was quite a fan of things that were very challenging. It's only entry in the genre, yeah. Because as you get older, you have much less time for games. I feel like this is a good one to pick up and play for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Yeah. Roguelikes in general, very easy to pick up, right? I think a lot of the demand for Rabbit&Steel is because, you know, other games with rating have a lot of ramp up, like through either story or grinding. I think that's one of the things. It's like intentional of it. It's just the fact that you can hop right into raiding with your friends. Is Rabbit&Steel friend slop? Yeah, Rabbit&Steel is friend slop. And from a business perspective, that's why I think they should focus more on accessibility for older gamers. Accessibility for older gamers. Wait, when you say they, do you mean Mino? I don't think so, but it's close. Friend slop is a very, like, it's a term that's thrown around a lot. I don't think it has a very refined definition. I don't really play many games that people consider friend slop. I have played through Peak, and I think Peak is very fun. You're able to play through it solo, and it does have a decently high skill ceiling. Maybe not. It has a higher skill ceiling than most other friend slot games. Yeah, Mino, I know you said they probably aren't gonna do another like this, but the The market looks like free money with their skill set. I look up to Mino a lot as an artist because, you know, he's got the programming, he's got the arts, he's got, you know, the game design knowledge to be able to construct something like this, right? Friend slop is intended to be played and thrown away. Oh, I see. But the thing is, most people do throw it away, right? I assume a lot of people have played Rabbit&Steel for like only one session and then never played through it again. At least with a bunch of my friends, the ones I talked about earlier, it's like they haven't played Rabbit&Steel outside like the first month or week that we've played it. I saw someone rage quit on stream yesterday for Rabbit&Steel. Even if Rabbit&Steel is a friend slop game to most people, it is not a friend slop game to me. Two bros, and one was like, dog, I'm done gaming for tonight. Dang. We are of the same mind. Let's go. I don't really like the term friend slop in general. I mean, I really just brought it up because I've heard it like being used as a term to possibly describe Rabbit&Steel before. I like to appreciate games as an art form. And when I take a look at Rabbit&Steel, I see a game that has a lot of effort being put into it from their developer. And the extra context is that I myself am an artist and programmer. I know that's not really something a lot of people know. At least the programmer part. Also, what you said earlier about like the game is or like the genre is free money. I don't think Mino's worried about money anymore, at least. Yeah. I don't know. I do really like playing Rabbit&Steel, but I don't think Rabbit&Steel is the type of game I would make. I mean, they personally don't need to, be sure. There's ways to build like a what? Legacies? Is that what you're trying to type there? Mm-hmm. That's true. It's also difficult because I know a game like this is not something you can just put together in an afternoon. A lot of effort. Legacies, yes. Once you get big enough, at least as I've gotten older, it's more like how I can use my power to do good. Yeah. As I was saying, I think a game like this requires a passion. Like you can't make a game like this just out of like the like incentive of the market for it. Like, a solo developer pushing through designing all these patterns. It's very inspiring, and like you just need a passion to make something like this. And I don't think Mino could have the passion to, or no, not to say we fully disagree on that. Okay, that's fair. No, you're right. There are a lot of greedy people out there. But then again, it's like, I don't know. I'd like to believe that this game would not be as successful if it didn't have the amount of passion it does. Like, maybe it would influence the art style or the aesthetic, and it just wouldn't have the same appeal. I don't know. It's not the best way to make a meaningful project. I think you are saying very valid points, so. Oh, what would be the best way to make a meaningful project for you? I think games are one of the highest art forms, as it's a multimedia piece of work, right? Like, games involve music, they involve programming, they involve artwork, they have writing, they have game design. Have a small team of passionate people. Have a small team of passionate people. You're saying something created by a team of people is the best way to make a meaningful project. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. I mean, I'm referring to... I'm thinking about it in the sense that as a person, what would be the most fulfilling to me would be to work on something myself, right? And if I were to make a game with a lot of effort put into it, it would kind of be like my magnum opus, right? As it takes, such a wide skill set of things to put together that it's just an impressive feat that... I'm sorry, I'm just rambling right now. I need to like form my thoughts more coherently before saying them out loud. I think... I don't know. I'm way different. I'm a hard support in real life. Okay, hold up. I should pay more attention to these patterns as I'm playing them instead of just like reading chat as I'm doing them. I'm just waiting for this one to end first. Okay, I'm a hard support in real life. I do one thing at an extremely high level and work with others that do the same, and we do pretty crazy things. Okay. Okay, so when you say have a small team of passionate people, get the most passionate at each of those things. And you're saying that kind of like from the personal experience of working on a team, right? Okay, I think you got it. Yeah, I respect it. I think personally, I would not find that as fulfilling. Just cause, like, I don't know, the things that feel the most fulfilling to me are projects that originate from me and kind of like capture my entire vision. It's very business, not art. I see. Yeah. But something you create within business can also be fulfilling. Like you said, it is something you're very passionate about. I don't know. I think it is interesting. I've worked on teams before for like small game projects, and I don't know, from that experience or like from those experiences, I don't really feel too satisfied. I would like if I were to work on a game, I would like to be the the sole developer designer about it. Tell me about it. Do you actually mean tell you about it, or are you just saying like, oh yeah, I relate to that? Oh my god. Working in teams is tough. And I'm not just saying that as a person who may not have like all social skills, right? I'm just saying in general it's just hard to work on a team. Both really. Yeah. You know, it's hard to find a team of passionate people. It's not very accessible, right? It's not very realistic to have such a thing be relied on. I know it's kind of sad to just say that, but I think there is some truth to it that you're never really just gonna find that's reality. Yeah, you're never really gonna find a group of hi Jade. You're not really gonna find a group of people that do share the same interest as you in a concept made by you, right? Okay, hold on. I glanced at the Twitch chat and saw the word dog water. I'm brought in because a lot of people are dog water at what they do because they don't care. Yeah. And on the game projects I have worked on before, some people really just don't care. Like, they don't respond to the messages that, they should respond to, or they don't really care about scheduling as much. I've been on a team where a person just never responded after having joined it. Oh my god. It's especially hard for game projects because game projects, at least not within a professional setting, aren't something people feel as obligated to work on, right? And not that obligation to work on it is a solution to it all, like, I think ideally you would have a game project where everyone is internally motivated to be a part of it, right? I think that's hard to find though, and when that fails, you can't really have the external motivation of money or something to drive the team. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. People still gotta buy food during the dev cycle though. Yeah, I understand that. But come on, at least send a message. Oh my god. Wow. It's also tough organizationally because a lot of people that do have the passion to put together a game don't really have the experience of like team management, you know? Or what I'm just saying is it can get very messy. it can get very messy. Okay, wait. You know what? I'm not gonna do this pattern right now. This is a pattern I have to like completely lock in for. Let me find an easier one. Yeah, I'm gonna do Mink. Double Nash, have you ever worked on a game project before? I mean, actually, the answer is probably no. Or like, not to... No, my background is government stuff. Oh, I see, okay. Yeah. I think game projects are very interesting because nowadays we live in a world where a lot of people are incentivized to produce them. A lot of people want to make them, but generally they don't really go well. And the ones that do make it to completion aren't of like a quality that brings attention to it. And that's not to say that they aren't really valuable as a work of art, but you know, most games just don't ever get any attention. It's kind of just like art in general. I think art in general is very like oversaturated. A lot of people get desensitized to it, and people don't really perceive value in it as high as it took to make it, you know? Yeah. Yeah, when I was younger, I was like this industry is dire to be a business person in, for exactly the reason you just said. Supply is way above demand, but gems still make it through to inspire. Yeah. I think that's not to discourage any discourage any game developers there. I think if you do put a lot of passion in a project, then it's something that it's something that a lot of people can respect. There are people that go out of their way to kind of like explore. Oh, come on, oh man. There are a lot of people that go out of their way to to like explore games that don't really have much traction, you know? The people yeah. The people that browse itch.io and like buy every game. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Oh. Mm-hmm. I'm glad. That's okay. How many times have I done Mink Mill? Surely I've done it 3+ times already. I see markets and products, not art. You can make beautiful products, but they are still products at the end of the day. We feel like we probably wouldn't agree on fully on that. A lot of people do make games for the sake of being products. I mean, I think you can tell when a game is made to be a product, like solely for that reason, versus when a game has an amount of passion poured into it. I think a lot of people are sensitive to that fact. Like a lot of people, I mean, as a thing that is naturally emotionally resonant, a lot of people can tell whether something is made kind of like cheap for the money versus when it's made just out of passion, right? And okay, I'm sorry, mink balls kind of takes my brain away. I don't know. A lot of people have when in game development, there is a lot of like mixed incentives. Like no one purely makes it for just the money, but no one also makes it just for the passion, right? Mm-hmm. I shouldn't even be counting mink balls. This is a turbulent winds pattern. Like, it's no different on slow and steady. I mean, I think maybe it's a good idea to do it anyways to make sure I'm not like super rusty on it. I don't really know what else to say on this subject. Oh, you know what? You know what it reminds me of? For me, at the end of the day, I like having a comfortable life with lots of money. Oh, that lots of money brings. I don't think people should have to sacrifice a great job at the expense of trying to make more money. I see. I agree with that statement. What this whole conversation reminds me of, though, is like YouTube content creation, of how, like, you know, in the beginning, a lot of people made it, or a lot of people made YouTube videos out of pure passion, right? Because there was no money incentive for it. Then a lot of people growing up on YouTube videos kind of like are inspired, and they themselves want to be YouTubers, either out of, you know, it's like a mixed incentives. A lot of people want to do it out of passion, a lot of people want to do it out of money. Oh no, I'm just making a connection because I think they are very similar, game development and, you know, like media creation, right? Media creation. I'm trying to find like a better word for it. Yeah, that's fair. What would be a? I'll just say YouTube video production, right? Just content creation. Content creation's not the best word though, because like, mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No, I do not like the word influencers. Creative products is what I'd say, but the thing is, like, creative product, like, they're both creative products, right? It is different though. I don't know. Wait, I'm not too familiar with like the exact history of game development, but game development was not a very accessible thing, right? A lot of early games were made from bigger companies or studios that were doing it for the money. Yeah. So when you take a look at that, of YouTube videos going from pure passion to a lot of them nowadays being made purely for monetary reasons, and versus games being something that were not accessible to now being something that people can do in an afternoon when they follow a YouTube tutorial, right? It is, I think game development is more inspiring. A lot of people may not feel the same inspiration as me, but that is just my personal take on it. You'll have to think on this one. That's fair. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people do make YouTube videos out of passion still. I'm pretty sure I have a 0% win rate on this fight. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. The 5 times I fought them. Dang. Now, do you mean on slow and steady or like regular Rabbit&Steel? Yeah, slow and steady. Slow and steady version of this fight is incredibly tough. Like, you need very optimized movement for this. Regular solo, I don't lose anywhere. Yeah, this is one of the easiest fights in regular solo, which is why I was a bit worried when I heard that statement. A bit worried knowing you've done as much as you have, Kuro. How far have you made it in Slow and Steady Prog? I'm glad to hear that you've been playing Slow and Steady though. Yippee! I made it the second area, which is this. I beat mice one time. That's awesome. Making it past the whole area. Have you tried practicing the fights, or were you just going into it like at first? Double Nash says, I think people these days try to cash in so quickly for like the scheme of things, which is things of little value. Like making friends and connections is way more valuable than contributing to the ever-growing mountain of content slop. I just go into it. That's cool. You're kind of right, Double Dash. You know, let's not talk about AI, but AI is definitely like relevant to how this topic exists within modern day society. Sorry, I don't want to say AI. I don't like using the term AI as like a blanket term. You know what I mean though. The content engines. LLMs. I mean, not just LLMs. The amount of slop that exists on YouTube or video platforms in general. Not even video platforms. I think Instagram's like infested with a bunch of stuff. I don't really use social media platforms, so I don't know how bad it really is. But from what I know, it's pretty bad. All platforms like websites these days are mostly garbage. Yeah. This is an opportunity for people who actually know things and know them well to get good work. I don't know about that. That is very optimistic take, and I would like it to be true, but I don't know if it's necessarily true. People say they went to ChatGPT, it was obviously wrong, so they looked around and found me. You said you worked in like government, right? I think that's fair. I think that's fair within that space, but like other professions do not have it that easily. Hold up, I might have to log in for this Ranson pattern. It's kind of bad. Okay. Yeah. But I think if you want to weather this storm, that's what I found works for me, and maybe it can be extrapolated. That's alright. It's not a conversation I am particularly fond about. Alright, I'm out. Good speaking with you. Yeah. Might hop on for a feed during lunch. Okay. See you, Double Nash. It was nice talking to you. You can finish your thought. Wait, what was I saying? Oh, I was just saying that it's not a conversation topic that I am particularly fond about. I'm not really too interested in talking about it. I know a lot of people have talked about it already, like within their own lives. I feel like there's no necessity for me to to talk about it here. Oh my god, this Ranson pattern is so evil. I never knew this is the worst fight in the game. This is not the worst fight in the game. I mean, it's pretty bad on Slow and Steady, but there are certainly worst fights within Slow and Steady. Asshole Chains, Maxi Stop Moving, Keep Moving. You got Jay and Let, the Jay and Let one move. You got Avi. You got Carsey. There are so many fights within this mod that are so evil. I think this is one of the more normal ones. It's like not that different from how it is in the base game. What's AV speed? AV speed is -3, by the way. We used to think it was -2. So we literally... No, it's -3. It's -3. We dropped it one speed from what we used to think was the lowest speed. Okay, I've done Ran and Sin, not BBQ, but I think that's good enough for now. I'll come back to it later. Maybe I should tackle a boss. Marin? How many times can I do Marin in a row? Kuro, would you be interested in doing slow and steady solo together? Not necessarily right now, I'm just asking in general. You have zero knowledge to do it. Ah, that's fair. If you get good enough. Okay. That's fair. It is a lot of knowledge. It'll take some time to grind. I just want to do 4P so me and the boys kind of get 4P floof. Good luck with that. 4P floof is a tough challenge. I don't think I've ever been in a 4P floof clear, but I have done 4P BBQ, which I think is evidence enough that I'm capable of doing it. 4P floof just seems like an annoying grind to me. Which I know sounds crazy from somebody who grinded Fmish BBQ for over 100 hours. It will be easy for you. Yeah. With the right people. It depends on my teammates more than it depends on me, I think. Sorry, I don't want to sound arrogant. But yeah, I think 4P floof is definitely within my capabilities. The reason we don't count the BBQ clear as 4P floof is because we got hit at the very end and 3 of us died. It's not if I think you are very good. Thank you. I appreciate that. Just for context, in the BBQ 4P clear, like BBQ we don't have revives, right? So we made it all the way to the end, and then somebody hit me with a spread on Shira. And that ended up killing both of us. And later on, another one of us as collateral. But we were able to make it to that. Like, the last person managed to clutch it up, and we beat Shira. Wait, is this already the end of the fight? Oh my god, I got hit. I got hit. No, my lineup was wrong. I'm trying to do Marin BBQ right now. 3x Marin Steelheart BBQ. I wonder if I can do this. I think it's worth giving a try. Even if you can't do this, it is good practice, in my opinion. Though, yeah. I think you should try to beat at least every fight once. In practice, before going to slow and steady. Or at least, that's what I think, because that's how I practice slow and steady before we release the mod, right? Like, I had to record all the videos. So, I don't know. I think this amount of practice worked for me. So that's why I'm recommending it or that's why I'd recommend this to other people. I don't think you should do 3 times of every fight. That's... You went in blind because you wanted to check it out. That's fair. I don't recommend clearing every fight 3 times in a row though, because that is... I don't know, I think that's extra. That's only if you want to go for like Mish slow and steady. I don't think I need to be that good to beat it solo since I already have iframe. Yeah, that is true. Iframes and bullet deletion carry a lot in slow and steady. Like we beat it with Candy and Ophelia, and it was their first time doing it. I think the iframes definitely help a lot. As long as you are resourceful with your iframes, as long as you are resourceful with your iframes, I think you can make it through. Of course, the real challenge is doing it without invuln, because then you definitely need to know all the patterns well enough. But it's still an accomplishment if you do it without if you do it with iframes. Yeah, that's the end of Marin. Hopefully I can do a hitless again. Kinda sad that I got hit at the end of the other one. I think I'll go for Marin 3 times hitless. That's definitely something that's within my capability. This is just -1 speed from BBQ after all. What the heck? Oh my god. Alright, we're just going for that 3 times. 3 times not hitless. Moving the goalpost immediately, SMH. Yeah, because then I just had to start over. Hey, look, there's other bosses in the game. I don't want to be stuck here fighting Marin for a whole afternoon, so I'll return to it. I'll return to Marin. I think it's a good idea to try to do the bosses 3 times hitless for the challenge I'm preparing for. I don't even know how you do AV on -3. Have you seen the videos? We have videos of all the fights being done on their slow and steady speed. So if you are unsure, I would recommend referencing them. I saw some, but I said I went in blind. I meant it. Okay. Now, do you want to continue going in blind? Like, I think it's fine if you do. I'm just curious. I don't mind, you just show me. Okay, doing 80 on -3 is not something I can just do on demand, though. Like, that is a hard task. Yeah. Here, let me just... get shareable link. This is the video I'm talking about. I don't remember my lineup for this. Normally my lineup. Oh no, I have a multiplayer lineup. I don't think I have a solo lineup. Alright. These lasers always go clockwise. I don't think I've ever consciously noticed that before. There we go. Iron 3 times. Okay, next. Oh shoot, sorry, I did not mean to start Marin again. We're skipping Tasha. We're gonna do... I wanna do Mice. Mice is fun. But... let's do... let's do Bella. No, I don't want to do Bella. Let's do Azel Chains. Bella. Oh no, not Bella. Okay, one. I do gotta lock the frickin' for this one. Two? Okay. I did it. Oh my god, first try. This fight is evil. Yeah, it's one of the worst fights on this mod. Oh my god. I am honestly amazed that I managed to do it first try. Okay, time for the easier one. Locking in. Oh, thank you, Jade. The strat for this Azel one is you want to bait it away enough from the middle so that you can keep moving from the middle. Here. Yeah, that's a good strat. Here I want to bait it far right. So as soon as I move left. Okay, okay, wait, I think I got the strategy for this one now. The slow and strategy. Okay, so here, move to the middle. Should have enough time. And then move as far right as I can so the moon is baited away from me. Ah, okay. That's why I'm always getting hit. Okay, and this one's moved left, but that's not an issue. Developing strat on the fly. I mean, I've played this before. It's not like I haven't done this fight before, but it felt inconsistent after my many runs with Game Freak, so I needed to make the strat even more concrete. So this is the super asshole strat. Like the one that you're never gonna want to do this in a regular lunar game, but if you do this, like, you're extremely tryhard. Oh no. There you go. Azel 3 times. And I got a new strat for it. Okay. Saya? Might as well do Saya. Finish off the crows. Twilight I'm a bit worried about. Oh, wait, what am I talking about? Saya is gonna be a problem. I should be worrying about Saya more than Twilight. Okay, Saya mill time. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these are... These are symmetrical, but there might be random... Hold up. I need to see a video clear of this. Is Saya's... Are Saya's bullets random? Okay, I'm watching a video. Just try to see what Saya Mill looks like. So... Oh, they are random. Oh, that makes it harder. Okay. I always thought the bullets were in static positions there. Oh, don't tell me they're baited. They're not baited, are they? It would be insane if the Saya bullets were baited. I can test if Saya's bullets are baited. Let me do that real quick. That's a lot of Z's. I just want to give myself infinite invuln. And now we just kind of like sit still. Because if I teleport against the wall and the bullets are always hitting me, then I think that is good enough reason to believe the Saya bullets are baited. Here, which teleport do I have? This way. Alright, time to see. Moment of truth. Okay, they're not baited. I'm glad to know the bullets are not baited. Still doesn't make it easier. Turn off invuln. Hey, welcome. On to the next lesson. Hope this is good enough. Okay, there is plenty of space there. I don't need to worry about moving around the bullet as much as I did. Check Discord. That one's a bit sketchy. Okay. God, I could have made that. Sai's gonna be a hard one to no hit 3 times in a row. Takes away your steel. No! My Rabbit&Steel has just become steel. I can't believe it. You cannot deprive a rabbit of their steel. This is unethical. No, it's just rabbit now. It's rabbit and nothing. What's the point? what's the point if it's just Rabbit and? Hey, so Metsuki, how's it going? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's Saya 3 times in a row. What's up? No. Let me think. Hmm? Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm just wondering like what fight I should do next. I don't want to do Twilight, I was just grinding Marin. Hmm? What is Pint hosting the server on? Okay, sorry. I'm gonna get back to Rabbit&Steel. Let's do Tasha. Tiny corner. Alright, lock in. Worst case. Tasha's a tough fight. Okay. One Tasha down. How did I ever die on normal, Tasha? I would have died there if it was worst case. Okay, 2 Tasha time. Possibly worst case. Not worst case. Hey, welcome. Oh, hey, welcome. Did 2 people just join the call at the same time? Currently practicing slow and steady, preparing for Fullmetal Secret version. Hold up, let me check the Discord chat. You have to, no, you don't have to. So there's different configurations for slow and steady, right? Here, let me send a picture. So you see this right here? There's different settings. There's default, there's controller, there's easy strats, and there's hard strats, right? If you're playing on default, you don't have to go between the daggers. If you're playing with easy strats, then you do. Despite it being called easy strats is harder than default, okay? It's just easy in comparison to the hard strats. That is misleading. No, I think it's fine. Strats generally refer to things that are like in this context. What are hard strats? Well, in this particular case, hard strats. I don't know if there are any hard strats. It's hard to confirm, but it would refer to anything that's basically anything that requires like task precision, like weaving between consecutive like circles that explode. something like that. We theorize maybe maybe Pin and Elsa's possible on -10. But I haven't been able to prove it, even with double time 0.1 speed. It seems very hard to pull off. But if it were possible, it would fall under hard strats. It's more like a theoretical thing. I don't think it's something that you should ever play with, even if it existed. It would require a whole nother like skill level to pull off. Gay person strats? Wait, where are you getting this from? Interesting. Okay, but easy strats Tasha, you do have to weave between the bullets. Yes. And so I've gotten stupidly good at doing so. That's fair. That's fair. Oh, I'm cooked. Dang. Okay, well, let's Tasha beat 3 times in a row. Not hitless. I'm gonna move on to the dragons now. I think the dragons are easy enough, other than Carsey. Oh. 2 Discord messages. Jade is currently eating. Ah, no, I got hit. Oh my god. Had to be on the third fight. Oh, we're running it back. We're gonna be P and Q hitless. Isn't the other one harder if you're slow? Or you misremember. All the fights are as slow of a base speed as possible. The other fight in general, I think the other fight's easier. You're talking about the other PNQ fight, right? I think this fight is harder in general. You're set to different speeds for both of them as well. Like it's a fight per fight speed. Here, let me check the actual info. Oh no, they're both -5. Okay. I think this fight in general is just tighter, just because you gotta do that one weird case. The other one you can kind of move in a very like predictable manner to dodge everything. P and Q is not even the worst red dark house. Do you think Tasha is gay for herself? I don't know. I don't know if Tasha is. Tasha just kind of wants to have fun. Do you think Tasha would play Rabbit&Steel? Tasha would die to Tasha in Rabbit&Steel. Like, if Tasha was a real life person and played Rabbit&Steel, I think she would struggle on fighting Tasha. Also, this is the third fight. I lost track. Would you carry Tasha on PF? I generally don't play PF. I think that is 3 fights though. That's definitely 3 fights. That's the wrong checklist. Alright, we're gonna do Mario Kart next. Is this a reloaded mod? Which one? For practice fights, it is debug menu enabler. Yeah, it's a reloaded mod. You can compile it yourself or download it directly from the archive. Okay. Mario Kart. This fight, I don't know about you, but this fight does not seem that difficult to me. You do gotta be careful. That is true, Eris. No, Jade is not a heavy blade main. Jade hates heavy blade. Alright, time for Illy boxes. Who's she play? Defender? Except the arrow ace one's true. You haven't touched Defender much. Which characters do you think are arrow? That is a tough question. I'll have to think about that one. Lich. But from Rabbit&Steel? Lich plays a chill game in a ball health PvP. That is true. I think Lich is pretty chill. Oh no, my hit list. Okay, wait. Is that fight even possible? Wait, I want to replay that. Okay, what? So I wait for 3. I start moving. I move diagonally. I move left. And I'm not able to escape the knockback. Does this pattern need to be nerfed? No, the thing is I could have made it to the left side of 3. I think I'm just bad. Okay. You know what? Okay, give me a second. I'll go AFK. Alright, I am back. Sorry for the wait. Oh, hi, back. Thank you. Let's see. I am going to... What was happening last time? I died to Illy. Okay. Mish BBQ... Wait, what does BE stand for here? Mish BBQ slow and steady double time snail. BunnyExtinction? No, BBQ is BunnyExtinction, but like harder. And also we use the abbreviation BEX because that's how people refer to BunnyExtinction within the Rabbit community. Dip. Wait. Cross. Dip. Wait. Cross. Dip. Wait. Cross. Dip. Wait. Nice. How do you add double time to Mish BBQ slow and steady? You just turn on the mod. Dip. Wait. Cross. Dip. Wait. Cross. Dip. Wait. Cross. Dip. Wait. Win. One more time. Dip. Wait. Ah, no, I got hit on the third one! Gosh. Oh my god. Dip. Wait. Cross. Hey, you can start holding up as soon as the thing passes by. Dip. Good to know. Wait. Cross. Dip. Wait. All right, we're doing this hit list 3 times in a row. Hit list. I can do this. Dip. Wait. Cross. Dip. Wait. I did not wait. Oh my god. Okay. You know, I'll move on. I'll move on to Carsey because I know Carsey's like a genuinely hard fight. Says wait moves. Exactly. The impatience is real. I cannot be held accountable. Okay, it's gonna take a while for me to beat Carsey. Like, just even 3 times in a row. Microwave, what would you say if you stepped on a rock? How would you avoid dying? I would BBQ the rock. I'm taking it home, I'm putting it on the grill. I would brush it with some sauce. Toast some buns. I'm gonna make a rock sandwich out of it. Wait, this isn't Asian. It is? I'm just joking. Am I even Asian? No, I'm American. They do it with ice? For real? People eat rocks like as a it's not very nutritious. And it can't be good for your teeth. Ah, Carsey. Carsey is really tough. Especially on this mod. I am never dying to regular BBQ Carsey again. Accent is not real. Okay. Okay, linguist. What? Oh no, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking about Eris. Most of the time I die to worm whites on Carsey. Speaking on linguists, it's been a while since I've played Lingo, huh? I'm sorry, I'm in my Rabbit&Steel phase right now. You're gonna have to wait until I'm done with the DLC to get back to Lingo. I could do it in an afternoon. I'm not gonna never return to it. Lingo was getting harder to follow for people in general. I don't think people were as into it as our Lingo 1. No, I still think it's a fine game. I will eventually get back to it when my Rabbit&Steel addiction wanes. Or maybe I could do it in an afternoon. Like, what the heck is a wormwide? Yeah, the addiction will fade, clueless. Yeah, because I know once I finish Slow and Steady, Mino's gonna release the DLC like right after. And you know, when the DLC releases, I am not gonna stop playing Rabbit&Steel for a long time. Yeah, we're going for the 4P clear on day 1. We're gonna go for the solo clear on day 1. Oh my god, I died with the... And then, yeah. The time loop. The world first. I don't really care about the world first. I mean, I just want to enjoy it with a group of experienced players. Like, I think progging the DLC will be a bit painful. Like, that's part of the reason why I want to do it with people I'm familiar with, right? I don't want to PF for the DLC. Kuro says, I will not be the world first, but world last is basically world first. True, that's the right mindset to have. Like, there's not gonna be a world first race, right? We are beyond that point, especially with Rabbit&Steel modding and with how large the community is. It's hard to keep track of things like that. And I don't really care about whatever social clout comes with being the first to clear it. I just want to... Hold up. Carsey's a hard fight, okay? It's hard to talk about doing this. I just want to clear Carsey. Oh no, I meant clear the TLC with people I am familiar with. And then I'm gonna go... I'm gonna clear multiplayer first. Then I'm gonna clear solo. And then I'm gonna go for whatever extra challenges Mino added with the trinkets and whatever, right? Then I'm going to do complete collection. I'm going to update the mods. Then I'm gonna start doing challenge runs and challenge runs with other people. And of course, I'll draw fan art. I will draw fan art of the whatever new DLC characters exist. There's a lot on my plate for when the DLC comes out. I look forward to it. Okay, draw them kissing. Sure, I'll draw them kissing. Have a familiar group to blind prog is fun. Yeah. I don't doubt the fact that we will clear DLC very fast. I think it's inevitable with a group of really experienced players that Carsey is a really difficult fight. Sorry. I got distracted by Carsey. Take a month or something? Yeah. That's fair. Oh my god, that fight is... That pattern is so difficult. I don't know if we're gonna clear it first try. I feel like that is very unlikely. Carsey has no room for error. And And it's just the first pattern too. Like the first pattern is so much harder than everything else. I need to master this. Oh my god. Maybe I just go for car seat 3 in a row for now. Car seat 3x hit list seems really tough. Oh no, I got hit. No, I made it? I'm soon gonna take a break from this. I've been doing this for a while. Degrees, nice. Carpet time. I'm happy if I can do half of the fights hitless. Because that means I could probably get through the area without regen pot. You know, when I finish car seat, I will take a break from this. Maybe I won't finish car seat. The goalpost is being moved. No, it's just really difficult. Like, I'm still gonna do it eventually. But I'm also hungry. Oh my god, I messed up. Oh. Eat rabbit? Do not eat the rabbit. Do not the rabbit. Oh, so close! I just need to do the first attack without getting hit 1 in 3 times. The first pattern looks so impossibly tight. It is. It is incredibly tight. If you're a controller player, it's not much of an issue. But, oh my god. Can you believe AV is harder? Whatever's tight in Carsey, like, there's 2x that in AV's fight. That is the curse of slow and steady. As long as it's possible, it's necessary to clear the mod. You could just iframe it, yes. Definitely save your iframes for the worst patterns. And that is basically like Carsey. How can I iframe 20 times in a row? There's only one pattern in Carsey that's like really tight. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I managed to make it out. Okay. Okay, off to a good start. I don't like how close that laser is to me. Ow. Ah! Oh, AV. There's only 2 patterns in AV that are really, really tight. You did get to the last pattern and choke. That is unfortunate. The last pattern is one of the tighter ones. It's like the second. Unless you're talking about carpet. Like the very last pattern is probably the second tightest one. It's like the repeat pattern too, so you have to do it twice. Oh no, I lost time. I knew it. The last unique pattern. Okay, yeah, the last unique pattern. That is... It's just a hard pattern. I don't know. I got hit twice. Oh my god. Oh, hi, Jade. I don't know what that was about. I don't know why Iris is cooking. Yeah. Okay, I am gonna take a break for now. I've been at this for 3 hours. Carsey is so tough. Oh my god. Yeah. Alright. Well, for whoever's still in the audience, we will be rating Amicot. This person's been trying to do solo lunar. They're not... I don't think they're an English speaker. It's Japanese, but they're the only person streaming Rabbit&Steel, so... The target channel is disabled raids. Okay, we are not raiding anyone, in fact. Is there maiden and spell? Maiden and spell. there might not be any maintenance spell. Well, we're just gonna end the stream. Bye bye.